Hello everyone, today I'll be testing out 5 popular wheel cleaning solutions that range from $1 to $40 per bottle to see which is best. So, let's meet our contestants. LA's Totally Awesome is an all-purpose cleaner and degreaser that was recommended to me by several people. This is the cheapest competitor in the test, costing just over $1 for an entire bottle. You can find it at any dollar store across the country. Next up is Mother's Aluminum Wheel Cleaner. It costs $7.99 and is the off-the-shelf option available at any auto parts store across the country. Adams Wheel Cleaner costs $14.99. Now, Adams Polishes has a wide variety of dealers and distributors across the country, so check their website for where to buy. A super popular choice, Sonax Wheel Cleaner Plus, which costs around $25 for this particular size, can be bought at your local detailing store or online on Amazon. Last up is CarPro's Iron X, which in this larger 1 liter size costs around $40 shipped to your door. Now, everyone who's ever used Iron X before knows that while it's not a wheel cleaner, it is a very, very strong chemical cleaner with a strong smell. So hopefully it works well here. For today's test, I grabbed 8 different wheels out of the garage with varying levels of dirt and nastiness on them. Now, they range from tires that are just kind of general road use and dirtiness to wheels that have caked on brake dust from my track car. My testing methodology is simple. Now, for these less soiled wheels, the cleaner wheels of the bunch, each wheel gets its own cleaning product. However, for these two, the track wheels that are the most disgusting, I divided them into fifths. One section here, one section here, one section here, one section here, and one section here for each cleaner to prove its merit. Each cleaning product has its own specific instructions as to how to use it, so I'm going to read each label and use it exactly as instructed. With the Adams cleaner, it says to spray onto the wheel, wait for it to change color, and then scrub and then wash off quickly, and do not let it dry on the wheel. With the Mother's product, the process is similar. Spray on, wait a few minutes, and spray off. Now, interestingly, it says no scrubbing required, though I didn't trust that, and on a second wheel, I did try scrubbing versus no scrubbing. Because LA's Totally Awesome is a concentrate, it is required to dilute it down with water. I followed the instructions on the label, and this is a diluted mix I'm pouring into the bottle. With all these wheels, it's worth noting that I am cleaning both the faces and the barrels to see which can clean the best. Man, Iron X smells terrible, but like the Adams cleaner and the Sonax, as you'll see, all you have to do is spray it on, wait a few minutes, scrub, and then spray it off. Just make sure it does not dry on your wheels. So all 5 wheel cleaners have now been used on the first set of less dirty wheels, and it's time to do some round 1 housekeeping. So this is the first wheel, and I've used the Adams Polishes wheel cleaner on it, and it is immaculate. It's perfectly clean. The barrel came out perfect as well, which is nice because the barrels were gross in these wheels. It's worth noting that this is the same wheel and the same paint as this wheel over here, which I use the Mother's aluminum wheel cleaner on, and in person, this wheel has a deeper luster after being cleaned with the Adams wheel cleaner. Speaking of the Mother's wheel cleaner, here's the wheel that I cleaned with the Mother's wheel cleaning solution. Now, interestingly, on the instructions of this wheel cleaner, it doesn't say anything about scrubbing. And I thought that was kind of strange, but I didn't scrub, and this is the effect. From a distance, it looks fine, but there are still spots where it is still dirty. As a bit of a rebate, I decided, well, let me try scrubbing the wheel anyway while the cleaner was on the wheel, and I did so on this wheel. Again, different wheel, but same exact finish. And it is a little bit cleaner, but there's still embedded dirty areas even after using this wheel cleaner. Now, I have to say, I had high hopes for LA's Totally Awesome all-purpose cleaner, but unfortunately, it is actually disqualified from this competition. Now, it certainly did clean the wheel adequately. It's definitely the worst of the bunch as far as it being a wheel cleaner is concerned, but more troubling than that is actually caused discoloration on this wheel. Now, this is a wheel that's been spray painted and clear coated. It's not a professional finish, but still, even being diluted to the recommended dilution settings, it did cause discoloration. So it is actually out of the competition. Next up is the CarPro Iron X. Now, Iron X is really effective on paint for getting rid of
iron deposits and contaminants. However, I definitely think it's better used for paint and bodywork than it is for wheels specifically. Now, while it did do an adequate job of cleaning these wheels, one, Iron X is very noxious. You have to use it outdoors, otherwise you will gas yourself. But worse than that is, it just didn't clean the wheels that well. Granted, it did a better job than LA's Totally Awesome and the Mother's product, but not as good as the Adams finish. Last and certainly not least is Sonax Wheel Cleaner Plus. Now I have to say I'm a bit preferential to Sonax. I've used this product before and I'm a big fan, and it does not disappoint. Now granted, this wheel in particular is a little bit beat up, so you have to ignore some of the damage to the lip. You actually look at the finish, again, perfectly clean, nice luster to it, definitely does the job really well. In fourth place so far is the Mother's Aluminum Wheel Cleaner. In third place is the Car Pro Iron X. Now, this is highly contentious, but in second place is the Sonax Wheel Cleaner Plus. And in first place, surprisingly, is the Adams Wheel Cleaner. Now, before we get to our final test on all these 4 wheel cleaners, I want to make a quick note about our top 3 finishers. You see, Car Pro's Iron X, Sonax Wheel Cleaner Plus, and Adams Polish's Wheel Cleaner all appear to have the same active ingredient, hence why they all appear to produce the same result. You see, all these wheels, once you spray them down, foam up with this rich purpley red color that lets you know they're really cleaning the surface of the wheel. And it's worth noting that because whatever that active ingredient is, I'm sure I'll look it up on the internet and put it right here, it means that you need a lot less product to clean the wheel than you do with this Mother's Aluminum Wheel Cleaner. For this wheel cleaner, you have to use it quite liberally and really get it in there to make sure it's working. However, with these 3 products, a little bit goes a long way. Fair warning so you don't waste any product out there. This last test is the most hardcore yet. These wheels came off my Civic track car and they are caked in brake dust. Now I've already gone ahead and washed these guys with water and dish soap to no avail, as you can see. So we're gonna put all 4 of these cleaners to the real test. Here's the wheel that was cleaned with the Mother's cleaner as well as the Adams Polish's wheel cleaner. Now, unfortunately, neither really did that great of a job. Though it is worth noting, the side cleaned with the Adams Polish's wheel cleaner, I can now get a fingernail on this brake dust crud and begin to scrape it off. With the Mother's, not so much. And this is the wheel that received Sonax and Iron X. Now this wheel actually is cleaner. There's a lot less gunk, but still a ton of gunk on it, unfortunately. However, like the Adams Polish's wheel cleaner, both wheel cleaners have made this gunk on my wheels able to be scraped off with a fingernail though. Now it's time to rank these guys in terms of pricing and availability, usability, i.e. how easy it is to apply, and as well as the end result. Now, in terms of pricing, you're basically looking at it. Pricing and availability, the Mother's is the cheapest, you can get it at any auto parts store. Next up is the Adams. It's available online through a bunch of detailing realtors. Next up is the Sonax. Same deal, you have to buy it through a specialty detailing source or online. And the most expensive of the bunch is the Car Pro Iron X. Now let's talk about usability. I've touched on this before, but usability is really a function of how does the product feel when you use it. And I'm gonna rank them like this. The Mother's wheel cleaner required a lot more product than all 3 of these guys in order to be effective at all. From there, Iron X is in 3rd place. If you've ever used this stuff, the smell is pungent. It smells awful and it gets on your skin. It makes you smell bad. Make sure you use this in a well-ventilated area. Now I know it's close between these 2. It's been close in the whole video, but I suspect that this does tend to foam up and harden a little bit more quickly, while this tends to stay on the wheels and gives you more leeway before it dries onto the surface. And interestingly, last up we have effectiveness. I'm gonna rank them the exact same way. The Mother's is fine if you have a regular daily driver with regular brake pads, your wheels are not that dirty. If anything is caked onto those wheels, this guy's out. Next up is the Iron X. It absolutely works as a wheel cleaner, but it's not its first intended purpose. It's definitely made for paint and bodywork instead of getting all those contaminants out of your paint. Now these guys, it's close between the Adams Wheel Cleaner and the Sonax Wheel Cleaner Plus. But again, I think the slight better usability of the Sonax, as well as the slightly better end result, gives it the edge here.
So let's wrap this up. Which wheel cleaner is the best? Well, it's gonna go ahead and be the Sonax Wheel Cleaner Plus. Between how easy this product is to use and the overall effectiveness, it's a no-brainer. Though, I wanna say, if you use a slightly lower budget, the Adams Wheel Cleaner is a surprising, very close second place. This stuff blew me away for 15 bucks a bottle, just how effective it is at cleaning wheels, as well as the effect it left on the wheels after being cleaned. That nice semi-gloss luster was a sweet touch. So hopefully you found this video informative and useful. If there are any wheel cleaners that I missed that you prefer to use, please let me know in the comments down below, because I love testing this stuff on all my dirty cars. And as always, stay tuned for the next video where I go do more fun things with cars. See you guys next time. Bye.